So in the previous section, we had understood how to qualify a lead. And that's when I had also explained how this process is followed in NJ. So let's see what that process is. In this process, you must ask the right questions. There are two questions. Number one is, can we provide what the customer wants? And whether the customer can give us what we want. Let me take an example of whether this product, solution, or service will be able to deliver the customer's requirement or not. Whether it will be able to fulfill his requirement or not. And whether he has the budgetary provision for our asking price. If the answer is yes in both cases, we go ahead. If the answer is no for even one of either questions, we should not proceed. The reason is maybe his requirement is different. It may be inventory or accounts management. So then our CRM will not work there. They need to install ERP there. So in these cases, we do not need to do any further processing. And the second reason that can also happen is that the CRM he is scouting for his budget isn't matching our pricing. So any of these disqualifiers are there, we should not proceed. And every time we should focus on our customers' goals. What is that pain point causing a problem? Or what is the goal they want to achieve using the CRM? So find that out. We should understand it very well because you will have to discuss that. If you start talking about our CRM features, many features are not helpful for all customers. Okay? So we talk about that and understand their actual requirement or goal. Here, there is a concept called needs and wants. I may want many things from my CRM. I should be able to see all these facilitated reports. Everything should work in a systematic manner. I will just keep on receiving all these reports. But what else do you need with this? You should also have expert team members. You should also have a sales consultant to guide you on what to do with it. Or you should have other consultants. But clients do not want to spend that much. So these are all our wants. After that, we will list our needs. So our requirement is that we should be able to see the sales funnel. We should be able to see how many open tickets there are or how much time is required to close the ticket. So we will definitely provide those features in the CRM. So first we will discuss about needs. Let's take one more example. Suppose I want a new luxurious car and it should also run at high speed. But where do I want to travel? I need to travel to my office every day. And I go there from my house. And my home and my office are pretty close, say around 1 or 1.5 kilometers. If we buy a car that runs at a very high speed, we will not be able to drive at that speed. So, I can really do with a small car. Or any other car will also get my job done. So, why spend so much money on it? Because as soon as you say that I also need this feature, that feature, and as the demand keeps increasing, so will the cost to implement CRM increase proportionate to that. So we would implement only what you need. Okay. Many a times, by simply asking questions to the customers, we can understand whether their business needs any follow up. Let's take an example of a jewelry showroom or some retail store. The products they have, they are very expensive. But people visit there, they come and see the product, then they discuss the price and buy it, and then they walk out. So there is no need for follow up in this case. So wherever there is need for follow up, the CRM will work there only. So if you look at this jewelry shop, the items in that store are very expensive. The cost is high, but there is no follow up. So these stores will not need any CRM. You will find many customers who do the solution selling or sell large, complicated instruments. And it takes a lot of follow up for each sale. Sometimes it also happens that closing that one deal takes 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it takes even 1.5 years. So we have to detect whether it needs follow up or not. And if there is follow up, the CRM will work there for sure. So you'll have to ask whether follow up is needed there or not. If follow up is not required, then don't deploy the CRM. When customers call, they tell us they have a telephony requirement. Okay, so what will you do with the telephony? I need call recording. Yes, I understand call recording. My solution will provide the call recording feature, but what will you do with the call recording? Customer says that they need to track the calls made by their team. Well, then, what does your team do? For what purpose do they make the calls? Call whenever there are renewal follow ups or our service team members who have support cases, they talk to the customers regarding it. For this, we need recordings. Now, while talking to them, we found out this. Then I asked, Sir, what do you use for the renewal management or for ticket? What do you use? No, right now, all that is done with Excel. Then I told them, Sir, we have a CRM solution to manage all these things. This entire process will be managed in it. Renewals can also be done through automation. Whatever the workflow of the tickets can be auto generated. The tickets are closed as well. Customers get the emails. So we discussed this entire functionality or the process with them. Then we realized that CRM would be needed apart from telephony. So the more questions you ask, the more you will understand which solution can work there. Okay. So imagine when we got the call, the prospect wanted call recording. So a telephony solution would have worked if only call recording was needed. But as soon as I started asking questions, we learned that CRM would also be needed along with telephony. We would have received some amount if we just sold a telephony solution. But if we are also selling CRM, the telephony amount plus this amount would be added. So whenever a customer calls, try to understand what they need, what is their requirement, and go into as many details as you can. We must complete the entire process. It does not just end with this issue. When you end that process, you will understand what they want. Let's take another example. Many times customers call and say that they want geo tracking. So they say we need live tracking. We want to know where our sales team or servicing team is traveling. What do you do with that information, sir? No, I just want to know where they are going with the help of geo tracking. So let's assume you provide them with geo tracking to understand where the team travels. But what action will you be taking depending on that data? Then the customer will tell you that they want to know which places the team members travel to and whom did they meet and whether they could successfully sell after that meeting or whether the client's problem was solved or not. Now see, I talked about 2 points. If the sale happened, that means whether the opportunity was closed or not, or if there was a service ticket. Or if there was a service ticket, was it solved or not? Both these examples relate here. So live tracking is not going to help him. Because if the sales team enters this opportunity in the software, they will know they are meeting which prospects, how much revenue was generated from the business, did that amount close or not, did you get an order from that opportunity? If it was lost, what was the reason behind this loss? Means slowly, as I started asking questions to the customers, I came to know that live tracking would not work. Because many small softwares with live tracking are available in the market. You can do the tracking using those, but you can't take any action based on those. So what was the result that they expect? Whether my sales are getting final or not, or whether my service ticket is getting closed or not. So this was the main issue. These were all the problems. As you go on asking more profound questions, then you understand what their requirement is or what their pain points are. Many times they call us and mumble a few words. And later on, by asking deeper questions, we can understand their pain point. Then you can give your solution to their problem and make them understand. And this exact process is followed in NJ. Many of our customers told their problems exceptionally briefly, but later we could offer them complete solutions. Sometimes the customer asks us to deliver CRM immediately. Something must have happened, or someone must have told them that they could not work without CRM. But never go for it this way. You should follow our whole process. We should gather their requirements, then give them a demo, give them a proposal, and submit the formal proposal. Ensure that the customer requirements are being fulfilled properly because a fair agreement needs to be made between both parties. Because what will happen is that if you do not have this mutual agreement, then you will sell the CRM at any cost, but the client will not be able to use it. Think of telling him for many years your business was running without CRM. Then what will happen if it takes a few more weeks? So everybody should follow this process and then deploy the CRM. Never do it like this that I will make the payment today itself and close the deal. Many a time we get such questions and inquiries. You do it as per our own defined process. Otherwise, you will land up in a lot of trouble in the future. Because what have you committed to the client? You have not committed anything. Then some customers might say, no, I do not have time for this right now. Just tell me the price. I will check it and close the deal. Those two are not the right customers for us. If they don't go according to a process, you don't have to cater to those customers. Because the implementation must be complete and made live. Their team should be able to use it and generate results. Because once we sell it, whatever we have committed, is it being delivered or not? And after the delivery, whether they are using it or not. That complete journey till the end should take place. So if the customer says, no, I don't have time right now, just tell me now, I don't want to see this demo, etc., tell me the price, and I will place the purchase order immediately. You don't have to do the order. In the next section, we will see some practical tips about lead qualification. Thank you.